We're at Affinity Place in Estevan, Saskatchewan, site of the 2018 SaskTel Tankard Provincial Men's Curling Championship. We're down to the final four teams, and the first round of the Page playoffs are coming up next.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by SaskTel, Viterra, Service Equipment, White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, Asham Curling Supplies, Jiffy Lube, CurlSask, and SaskTel Max.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Affinity Place in Estevan, Saskatchewan, home to the 2018 SaskTel Tankard Provincial Men's Curling Championship. My name is Sean Joyce. I'm here with Susan Lang and Kim Hudson. We've been here all week, treated to some excellent and entertaining curling action. We're down to just four teams, the Page playoff teams. We're going to feature the game between the A winners, Colton Flash, and the B winner, Brock Virtue. Kim, these two teams did meet earlier on in the week. What do we expect in this rematch?
Yeah, they did. They met early on in the week, and it was actually only a 6-end game that Colton Flash won. But since then, the Brock Virtue team has been getting better and better, and I think we're going to see a different Brock Virtue team out there tonight than what you saw in that first game when they met.
Yeah, Susan, that first game ended on an uncharacteristic draw going through the house. Brock Virtue's team's been playing very well since then. Colton Flash has been off for a little bit now. Does that change things as to how they might come into this game?
I don't think so. I think they just want to keep doing what they are doing. They have not made very many mistakes out on the ice at all. They have been sharp in every component of their game, and they were out practicing today at noon hour, keeping sharp so that they weren't that too far behind. Virtue already having a game today, so I think they are prepared, and I'm ready for a shootout.
All right. Well, we'll also keep an eye on the Page C event matchup between Steve Laycock and Scott Bitts. And action just about set to get underway. Let's meet the teams in this Page AB game.
Hi, I'm Colton Flash, skip of Team Flash. My third is Kevin Marsh, second Dan Marsh, lead Trent Knapp, coach Bruce Cordy, and we curl out of the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Hi, I'm Brock Virtue, skip of Team Virtue. My third is Drew Height, second is Mitch Height, lead is Jesse St. John, our coach is Brad Height, and we curl out of the Kerrobert Curling Club in Kerrobert.
And things run just a little bit different for the playoff games. Instead of a draw to the button, it's the higher seeded team that gets choice of rocks and last rock advantage in the first end. So Colton Flash, by virtue of being the number one seed, having won in the A event,
By virtue over virtue?
By virtue over virtue, has choice here, and he selected, this game being played on Sheet 2, he selected the Yellowstones that have been on this sheet all week long. He does get last rock here in the first end. Brock Virtue took the red stones that have been on Sheet 3, and we happened to catch a game, featured a game that he played on Sheet 3 against Steve Laycock with those stones. They had a very solid game that outing, and that may have factored into why they chose those stones.
I think so.
The C1 versus C2 game will be on Sheet 3. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Scott Bitts there against Steve Laycock, and both of those teams selected rocks that were on Sheet 1 this week.
So, as you said, the Flash team does have hammer. So here we see Brock Virtue starting off our game.
Tight guard. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
And you could tell by the ice that they took how much this ice is moving. It's been fantastic,
running.
consistent ice from Wednesday on.
Whoa.
Can't say enough about the ice and the ice makers.
Can't ever touch it.
Is it in?
Yes.
Okay, go then.
Go.
Get it full in.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's in.
It's
Go.
in.
Go. Fine.
Well, they called for a tight center guard, but then they made the decision you might as well bring it all the way in if it's going to be in.
Control. Yep. It's good. Yep.
Clean.
Trent Knapp now will look to hit this stone.
Clean.
Clean. Wait's good. Clean.
Yep.
Yep. Clean. Really good.
I think especially for Colton's team, just to get their legs under them. This is their first game today. They have sat all day, as we mentioned in the introduction, and even though you do get that practice at 12 o'clock and you do get the warm-up practice here, it's still nice to get into game mode, especially when your opponent has just come off of a really big, intense, emotional win this afternoon. That they've got a bit of an advantage, perhaps, the Virtue team having that game already and then some rest.
I didn't realize he couldn't nose there.
Yeah, I know. Tight corner.
Okay, tight corner.
Well, there you hear the comment.
Should be running pretty close to your trying, eh?
I was a little surprised that they didn't try to roll in off that first stone, roll the back end of the stone in for Colton Flash. Now with the nose hit by Jesse St. John, this stone's still in the free guard zone. We're only on the fourth stone of the end. They can't remove it. They're going to play the corner guard.
Line's good. We're out there right now.
Down.
Line's good. Make it tight.
Yep.
Gotta go. Right here. Gotta go.
Hard, guys.
Line's great, guys.
Little deeper. Good scrub.
So the Colton Flash team is a newly formed team. This is their first year. Colton, of course, as we know, has curled second for many years with Steve Laycock. Broke away last year and created this new formation with the twins Kevin and Dan Marsh and lead Trent Knapp, sorry. Just about
There's
had
so
it.
many brothers. It's hard to keep track of everybody. Not just names, but then you have twins and you can't even tell them apart.
Roll it, Drew. Roll it. Whoa.
They were trying to keep that angle into the button just in case they ever needed it for a run-in of some sort.
Half rock.
And make the double peel here much more difficult.
Out there in 3/4? Yeah.
Every year, Dan and Kevin, they've curled together in these tankards, and they had started out once. Kevin was skipping, and Dan was the second.
Hard!
Matt Ryback and Aaron Shutra were the squad, and back in 2013, they made it all the way through to the Page playoff.
Same.
Get rolling.
Just the one stone in play now, that tight corner guard, so Mitch Height going to look to remove that.
Yeah, line. Gotta go. Come on, Drew. Good.
Good job, Mitch. Maybe not quite as positive on that one.
Makes the hit, but his shooter will roll out of play, so a chance now for
Nice tight.
the Flash team to
It curled.
practice the draw weight a little bit.
Looks good too.
They do still get a practice session before the game starts in this Page game, but again, with Hammer being predetermined, they've probably used a little bit more of the sheet. There were a few takeouts thrown during the practice, and these are a lot of the shots that we don't see during the week because that draw to the button for last rock is so important. That's where most of the practice time is spent.
Look, Kev.
Good. Take a look.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Sean.
Nice shot.
Really good. That's good. Shot down. Deal.
Just peel it out.
I've really enjoyed listening to the comments from Mitch and Drew Height. I mean, of course, Brock knows the game also, but the Heights, the family is just, they're such knowledgeable curling people that watching them talk about angles and looking 2 and 3 and 4 shots ahead so often, their curling acumen is fun to listen to. You can learn a lot by listening to the Heights, conversing in with Brock. Of course, their dad, Brad Height, is their coach, and I think they've had many discussions over the family dining room table about how you play this game.
I've noticed Brad Height doing a lot of kibitzing and walking around and visiting with other coaches out there, but now that we've headed into the weekend, I see Bruce and Brad at really opposite ends of the scoreboard back there, even looking in the other direction. So fun's over. It's time for serious business now.
Speaking of the knowledgeable people involved. Of course, Jesse St. John and the St. John family.
That's right.
Long tradition in curling, and I was talking to Jesse beforehand, though, and said, we're almost wasting batteries to put a mic on you. You hardly speak out there. And he says, yeah, but when I do, it's brilliant.
Quality, not quantity, is it?
Exactly. That's good.
Hard. Yeah. Hard. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Rod St. John,
Yeah.
Kevin St. John,
Come on,
all
Jess.
those Kindersley family
Come on,
curlers.
All right. A little down, eh? Maybe a little. That was supposed to be normal? Yeah.
Same thing. Same,
Yeah. Same throw.
The rollout allows Kevin another chance to draw to the corner.
Ooh, that's
I want to
more,
say
I think.
more. Yeah, deeper flash.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's gotta wait
no.
here and then. Back here's okay. Should be
back
fine.
Eight. Back 8.
Starting to curl now. Yeah, it should be okay.
Now we're back 8.
Starting
back
to curl.
12.
So Kevin and Dan had 2 years of curling with Bruce Corte as the skip. Bruce this year
Fine.
stepped back from curling and has assumed the coaching role and is quite enjoying it. But I really feel that Kevin and Dan's curling really matured with the 2 years with Bruce, and the portion of their soft game and their understanding of the game has just gone ahead leaps and bounds with the tutoring that they had with Bruce. Kevin and Dan could always shoot like crazy, like big weight hits and everything, but they've really started to embrace that softer game and keeping rocks in play type of concept, getting some great draw weight.
Lots of normal.
Oh. Yep. 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 Yep.
Well, you see that a lot, actually. The seasoned veteran taking a few youngsters under their wing. And
Hard for a piece.
And it's way more fun to yell at the young guns for the sweeping.
Oh,
You don't
for
feel
sure.
nearly as bad.
isn't that the truth?
You saw Jason Jacobson take on that approach too, working
Yeah.
now with the young Hersicorn squad.
Yep. Just a little more curl. Yep.
Well, another rollout, this time by Brock Virtue. Colton Flash gets a chance to throw that draw weight.
Kevin, eh?
Colton, no stranger to this 1-2 game with his multi-year stint there with Steve Laycock. They were in this game just about every year. They won 3 straight titles, and then they were in it last year, but they lost to Adam
If
Casey.
it's through, just take it through. We don't want to leave it. I don't want to leave it back there. If it's through, take it through. Looks like it's coming down.
Maybe, Kev. Hang on.
Shot.
Nice.
Good. Oh boy. I knew it wasn't through.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
let's say, do the
Nobody was
sweepers get to claim outstanding judgment on that?
Yeah, told you.
Thought he didn't want to sweep it too far.
It's always good, a little levity out there just helps break some of that tension. And
That's right.
as we all know, you play better relaxed. You know, it's finding that happy medium of honing in and concentrating, but if you get too tense and overwrought, it's just a downward spiral.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, and for Colton Flash, if you knew you could hang it right on the back of the 12-foot, that's a great spot for it, because now you're not going to have very far to roll out for your blank.
Hard, Gene, hard! Hard for a piece, buddy.
In fact, you may not have to even throw at anything for the blank. With the rollout by Brock Virtue, Colton Flash has a chance to simply throw this first rock through. All 16 will already be in the corner, and he can maintain last rock into the second end of play.
Well, that intern path over there is remaining very consistent. Every game we've done on sheet 2, we've seen a lot of over curls early till they get that broom figured out.
Colton Flash not taking his eye off this rock as it makes its way down the sheet. Gets the blank end. We've got no score through one end of play. Colton Flash has last rock in end number 2.
All right, people, let's get to work. Lights off.
Ma'am, there's someone at the door. Unknown male, might be a salesman.
Take care of it. You, drop the temperature. I'm roasting.
Ma'am, your straightening iron. Shall I pull the plug?
Yes. While you're at it, leave room for milk.
has been stolen. For almost 40 years, it has been kept far from its home. Saskatchewan, the time has come. So don your green and will your team back to glory. This Tim Hortons Briar, be there for history in the making.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the Page C event game going on sheet 3, and these two teams playing like they got somewhere to go. They're already midway through the second end. The first end was a blank, and just third and skip stones left to come here in the second end. We'll keep you up to date on that game as well.
A big win already on the draw for Scott Bitts to get that hammer against Steve Laycock, so advantage there. But they did play a wide open first end and got the straight ahead blank.
First stone here in this second end brought right into that button area, and
Close, I think. Stay there. No, I don't think so.
Colton Flash willing to ignore it.
Look up.
Gonna throw the corner guard.
Gotta go. Go then.
I actually wasn't sure until I saw Trent slide out, because the broom was in the same spot where it could have been played for a hit.
Sure could have.
As you can tell, they're sweeping for every inch on these corner guards. If you leave them up too high, they're virtually not usable as a guard. You have to bring them in at least halfway to get some sort of protection.
Not only not usable, you can't use them to draw to the button then either, because they get in the way.
This is less.
Yeah,
it's less. Heck, we got way less.
We're guard.
We're way less.
And that's something you don't always have to think about on curling club ice. It's a different. We've talked a little bit about some of the differences in the arena. You're not blocking your draw path with a high corner guard in a curling club.
Yeah, but you sure are here.
Whoa. Right.
Can definitely get up. I think this is there.
I guess the other thing we haven't really talked about, maybe should have, to be
here.
fair to the curling club players, that we've seen some fantastic runbacks this week, but you're not going to play all those in a curling club because those rocks aren't going to be quite so lively, and you're not going to see that many rocks fly.
Yeah. So just so the curling club players know, if they were playing on this ice, they could make all those shots too.
Sure, let's go with that.
So Trent attempting to chase Rory Golanowski's draw around the center guard here, but still splits. Trying to get the split for two corner guards. That's always a good outcome also.
I should have went down there.
I don't think it's a good idea for him to try to chase Rory Golanowski's rock because it's on the other sheet.
Yeah.
That's right.
You'd have to jump the carpet.
Poor Jesse makes a nice shot, and I don't even give him credit for it.
We're 12 games in, and there's just been too many leads.
Real good. Gotta go here.
But you know what, though, Sue? It's really hard. Like sometimes you confuse coaches with who they coach and players who they play for. It's really hard up here.
Finish.
Line's good.
Finish. Whoa.
Line's good. Over curling.
It's really light. Finish. Go. Come on. You got to get these.
Good sweep, guys.
Looking for the guard, but that's pretty high.
Yeah, a little long, as Brock was just telling his teammates.
Yeah, and Mitch was just apologizing to the team. I think he thought it was heavier and was going to over curl. It actually didn't come up to the line they needed because it stopped a lot higher than what they had wanted. It's one problem you can run into as a thrower when you're calling sweep on your own rock, especially if you aren't really following behind it. By the time it gets to the far hog line, you're a long ways away.
Exactly. That would be a trick of Warren Jackson's, wouldn't it? He kind of dropped off a few today.
So it sounds like Dan wasn't quite out to the broom there. All over that center guard.
We have to have a little more.
Not the worst result, but does give Virtue the chance to put it back in a better position.
2 feet from the rings.
Yeah, a lot tighter is what I think they're going for here.
Certainly to try to protect any roll from going under corner guards.
Yeah.
That's more.
As Brock just said, 2 feet from the rings.
Easy, guys.
Roll right now.
Okay, where's line?
Gotta
I
curl.
should be good.
We gotta go for tight.
Got a bust.
We gotta go for tight.
Go.
Finish. Yeah,
Go
Drew.
now, guys. Line
Yeah,
going
Drew.
now.
Yep. Whoa.
It's in. Come on, Jess. Help me out. I know, but if it's in, say something.
Double and rolls there, isn't it?
All right, so, well, I don't, can you roll on?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe? Yeah.
No, they didn't want that
Can
in
you
the
roll
rings
on?
because I
Probably
think you
gonna
can
curl
hit and
still
roll
a
on.
little bit with peel here.
Oh,
Okay.
just peeling.
Well, I think he's looking for both, quite frankly. I think he can get, with peel, you can get the double and roll over just a little bit, and I think he could still make the rings.
Whoa! Close. Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Yep! Nice shot out of kid.
Needs a
a little
spin to
spin
get in,
in.
and it's going
Not
to go the other
quite.
way. Oh, it tried.
But first
Yeah.
things first, they did remove those 2 red stones.
Well, and now only the only guards left in play are on the corner.
Top 8. Yeah. We don't wanna over curl here.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave him half rock on this side.
That's right.
Yeah, over curling would obviously leave them to hit and roll behind the multiple yellows on the other side.
Well, or you could draw around the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is why it's not a comfortable situation
Gotta go.
when you don't have last rock to be playing around the corners, but it's all he's got to work with right now.
Hard line.
That's
Gotta
right.
go. It's gotta go.
Hard, boys. Hard.
Gotta go.
It's a 2.
It's gotta go.
Hold it. Oh, we're on the guard anyway.
2 is not
Drew Height
real
can come up
close.
well short on this one.
Okay, Kev.
They did have the second
Stop
practice.
me!
Now I wonder if they're just a little
Okay.
bit fooled on the weight, because
No, I gotta give
Mitch
you
on
the
his
last
first
one
one was
off
quite light as well.
Just like your
Little
first
It's
one.
just a little bit heavier than what they're
Right? First one.
expecting, and
Yep.
they need to throw a
Top
couple of
eight.
draws to figure that out.
A little hot.
That's close.
A little hot right now.
Room. Close.
Oh, lots of
Top
room there.
8.
Wait only. Like to wait.
Yeah, we can wait.
Lots of room. A lot of room, guys.
We're top 8.
Start to
Cut
curl
it
now.
off.
Dan's still in. Really curling now. Dan, you're still in. Right here.
Okay.
Right to my broom. Really curling. Yes. Gotta go.
Hard, Dan.
Hard, Dan.
It's going to better start wowing because it's going to
good.
over curl.
Curl. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and there's another one out of his hand. Kevin thought he might be a little heavy, and they thought it was warm early.
Can we get them all?
Huh?
You like the peel? Try and send that yellow one back in there, or not really?
Well, we could play this maybe.
Yeah, I know, but if we miss it, we haven't done anything.
I know.
How much, Brock?
Let's see.
Just looking at playing the double peel and coming
If
across
you
the top
hit
of that yellow is going to send the yellow
3/4
into the yellow
to
somewhere.
4/5 on this side, you're good.
Okay.
Out turn peel. Like that?
Yeah.
Basically taking ice right where they need to hit it.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Drew Height looking for the run double, and just wicks the rock on the way by.
Okay, let's go the other way now.
Yeah, other way.
Over there, eh?
It does open up that stone, and that was why they talked about
Playing it
Gotta be
that
top
way.
playing it that way. They
So we
could
gotta
have
be
come
top
off the yellow
12
that's
or
just
where?
outside
Try
the
to be
rings,
even
but
with this guy, so just bite the 8. Bite the 8.
there was no good miss on that shot. You missed that. You haven't opened it up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, boys. Similar weight. Yep. To the left side, huh? No, it's not.
It's close.
Mine's good. Just make it even. No, I think it's heavy. No.
I'm just afraid of it fudging a bit down here.
Whoa.
Clean.
Just make it even.
It's
Pass. You're not even. Go deep.
Okay, go deep. Go deep. Yeah.
30. Deep as you can go. Deep as you can go. Go, 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 go. Keep going. Keep going. That's good. That's
We're
good.
deep. We're deep, Dan.
Well, you know, if you can't make them even, make them
Fine,
steep.
Kev.
That works too.
What's up, buddy?
Try to get a thin roll, like with just board.
Yeah, I like
Maybe
that.
Brock will get us
Should
out
come
of
up though, hey?
Yep.
Board weight there.
Yep.
We'll give Brock Virtue a chance to get these stones closer together.
Hit and roll, yeah.
He's not looking for the
Trying to
double
get a
here. He
thin
just
roll
wants to get
with
something
board
over
weight.
there.
That's right.
You'll make Colton Flash make a play on it, and you're hoping you've got a double on your last one.
Good board.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Whoa!
Yep. Yep.
Whoa!
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Roll it, Mitch. Roll it.
Go, Drew. Go, go,
Come
go.
on. Go. Keep going. Go, go, go. Good, good, good.
Makes the hit, rolls
Good
over to the
shot,
corner of
buddy.
the forefoot.
It's real good.
It's got those rocks a little bit closer together.
Yeah,
Colton
that
Flash
was nice.
can't roll too far back to the center line. He can't risk jamming that.
I'm thinking
it's going to curl a hair more.
I do
Depends
too.
on what kind of weight you're throwing.
I'm thinking control early.
What do you want to do here? Control?
Yeah. I'm thinking control like right there.
Hit and roll just...
Okay, really close.
Yeah.
Or my way of rock.
So throwing control, hoping to roll towards center line with as much as they can without actually touching that back yellow one. So throwing control weight.
No, transfer just a little bit.
Okay.
Then Brock
Like a
Brock
rock.
Birch will have a choice to make because he could elect to play the hit and roll in front of that Yellowstone. He also probably will have a slash double available.
Yeah.
I mean, nose isn't terrible.
Which, if
It's
he
gonna
did
roll out
make,
with
would then give Colton the easy blank, but has to make it. Well, actually, we're ahead of ourselves. This one has to get made first.
Control. Oh, no. Never.
Control. Hair big.
Close.
No, it's
Whoa.
Dan's way.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
Well, they've gone to the plan B now. They're going to try to roll to the corner, get underneath the cover. And it rolls over just about a rock's width and leaves a straight back double for Brock Virtue.
Everyone knows it.
What do we got for room there, Jess? Mitch?
Yeah, you got lots. 4 inches.
Like what?
More. Yeah.
I like
I still like the out turn.
nose in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nose it.
Yeah.
Peel with the out turn.
You got her, buddy.
That was it, buddy.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Brock Virtue with his final stone here in the second end.
Yep.
Looking for a double to get out of a little bit of trouble.
Yes.
Makes the hit.
Shot.
Catches the second
And
one.
rolls
Now
in
somebody should
behind.
be
Yes.
Come on! Beauty.
makes the roll all the way across, and actually I think it's undercover.
Yeah, I do too.
Out of this thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
We got a piece of it.
Just
Sure, don't
Oh, just
Not
pick it
much
out,
of a
eh?
piece.
pick it. Let's peel.
like an 8.
So 2 great saver shots there by Brock Virtue has
Is it worth it?
put the pressure on
If you don't
Colton
like it,
here.
Drop for one. You guys forgot about the roll there for a second.
Off. I don't like the tackle change.
Yeah. I think you can probably see a quarter of it.
Yeah.
And you get them less weight.
I like peel. No, if I'm playing, it's peel.
Colton said he's going to take a look from the hack, and if he doesn't like it, they'll play the draw.
Like it from the hack here, bud?
No, it's just draw.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you can't see much.
So we've talked all week when we get these
draw the button path here.
really high performance teams
I'd say
how crucial it is for the exact placement of all your shots. And Brock Virtue just put on a clinic of Colton made his shot, but he didn't make it well enough. And he set up the chance for the double, and Brock did not make a mistake. And in fact, it turned out even better, I think, than what they expected with the force
Very
here.
good pass.
Clean it, I think he's clean.
Good pass.
So Colton Flash with his final stone
Line's
here in the
good.
second end.
Clean.
We're okay.
Needs full 12 foot to
Really
pick up his
curling.
single point.
Starting to really curl now.
We're good.
But always learning. You never know when you have to draw the button on the fourth end, so getting all the paths figured out. Well, he's got his back 12-foot weight in his pocket.
What'd you get on that?
Well, he needed full 12. He ends up with full 12. Colton Flash picks up a single point here in the second end.
I think the sweepers will be talking about that one, though.
Brock Virtue will have last rock in the third.
Get on your game with Asham Curling Supplies. Customize your slide with the all-new Express Ultralight and Club Shoe, featuring the style, comfort, and performance you expect from Asham. Sweep the competition with our Pro Grip gloves and ultralight carbon fiber, composite, and fiberglass handles, plus World Curling Federation approved pads.
Hey folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and for 39 years our product has been satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies, online, in-store, and at your club.
Oh Canada, glowing hearts. See thee rise, true north, true pride, strong and free, both far and wide. This land is glorious, and it's ours, from sea to shining sea.
You're always home on Canada's largest wireless network with no roaming fees.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the Page C game on next door. Scott Bitts won the draw to the button and blanked the first end. But in the second end, was looking at...
That's what was facing Scott Bitts on his last one. Able to remove that middle one back far enough to keep a shooter in for second shot and basically a victory for that. And to only give up the steal of one. They were in trouble most of the end.
So that game into the third end now. It is Laycock leading 1-0. Scott Bitts still with last rock there.
Yep. Really good. Good scrub. Perfect. Try and go for 2 4.
Normal.
I like it.
Normal.
Hit, right? Yeah, normal.
Okay. Yes!
Yep.
Hard Nate. Go, buddy, go. Go, buddy, go.
Stay on it.
Go. Come on,
Stay
buddy.
on it.
You got it, actually.
Keep going, Mitch.
You got her, buddy.
Keep going.
You got her.
Keep going.
You might stick.
Keep going.
Real close.
You know, as long as you have the hype boys out there, we don't even have to commentate. They'll just do it for us.
Real good, Jess. Great sweeping, Mitch. Oh, took him out again.
Normal. Normal weight.
Yep.
Okay, let's keep it normal here.
Yeah, keep it normal.
Well, that's also a bit of a function of this one sweeping system that has become so prevalent. The outside
right.
guy, really all he's got to do is tell the inside guy what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, he's just a cheerleader.
Yep.
Director.
Director. Okay.
Director.
Yep. Shot.
So we heard Brock say, let's just go for the blank here and go for 2 in 4.
Normal.
So that's
Yeah,
plan
Sean,
A right
you're
now.
a big proponent of the even and odd ends. You might want to explain why they're going to take this blank and take hammer into 4.
Clean.
Well, we've seen it
Clean.
quite a bit through both the Scotties and, well, maybe to a lesser extent here as teams will take their deuce whenever they can get it. But it's become very prevalent as a strategy to try to get the last rock advantage in the even ends. Presumably, if there aren't a lot of blank ends, you're going to have hammer in the last end that way. And
that's key.
Control. Clean.
Dan Marsh looking to hit this and stay. I don't think he was happy with the release.
Control. Off. Clean. Out. Clean.
Makes the hit. Rolls over, but does hang on to the back of the 12.
Good normal.
Okay.
Yeah, good normal. It curls a bit.
And 2, once you've made that early decision in and end to blanket, everybody's on board, you're ready to throw. And Virtue's team's already had a game where they were a little tight on that time clock, and it played a big factor in their last 2 ends. So again, it's just always nice to what we refer to as bank a couple of minutes on that clock.
Good.
Save it for the complicated ends.
Made the hit there and
the same way or what?
to be just hanging on to the back of the 12-foot.
Roll in. If you roll right out, it's fine. Normal. Clean only.
Clean, yep.
Clean.
No.
No.
Yes. No. Whoa. Clean. 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 Clean.
Good, Dan.
God, Dan.
Makes the hit and stays right there.
Lots. Lots.
Closer.
We're normal peel. Clean. Oh, we're peel.
We talked a little bit, ladies, in the first end about
That's
the
normal.
rollouts
It's not bad.
and allowing the
It's a
teams to
little heavy.
practice their draw weight.
That's good weight.
How big of a deal is it in a game like this, especially if it stays this tight? In an
weight,
end like
Mitch.
this,
I thought
you
it was
keep
heavier than it
staying
was.
and you
That's
never
pretty
give
good.
that other team a chance to play a draw. Is that a big deal, or is it more psychological, do you think?
Well, I think just even watching Colton's last draw, then second in, I mean, he stayed in the back 12 foot for one, but that slid a lot farther than what they expected. They'd had a draw earlier in the end that didn't go as far as what they had expected. So you're able to keep your opposition themselves from figuring out those different draw paths. I think it kind of works your opposition if you can, or works to your advantage if you can keep them hitting if you're the Colton Flash team, because they've been experimenting a little bit out there with the draw paths and getting some different results.
Yeah, anytime you can throw a draw as what you call a practice draw when there's really nothing in play and it doesn't matter, it's always a benefit. As you've said all along, Sue, you can learn different paths and different things with every shot.
Well, certainly to this point in the game, it's been the Flash team with more opportunities to draw. It's the Virtue team rolling out a couple of times in the first end.
Yeah.
Good. Nice throw.
Control. Control. Here, less then. Yeah, here, less. Yeah. Big control.
Yeah, hair firm.
Oh, that, whoa. Whoa, clean. Clean.
Pretty close.
Clean. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Clean, clean, clean.
Shot, Kev. Same thing, buddy. Good.
So we know that Brock Virtue thinking he's going to try to blank this in and maybe try for his deuce in the next end, the fourth.
Clean. Clean.
Any thoughts,
Yeah.
ladies, on
Yeah,
what you might
it's
expect
wider,
from Colton
Brock.
Flash? He threw the first one
Yeah.
in this end.
Clean.
Do you give the other team the chance to throw that corner guard first? Do you throw the center guard and maybe see if you can't trick them into playing around it? I mean, here's the thing. If you follow the normal script on an end when you're trying to take two,
It's a little under normal, eh?
they throw the first one in, you throw the corner guard. You expect they're going to guard their stone at the top of the 4 foot.
Yep.
Then each team has their preference as to how they want to play the end out from there.
You throwing control?
But if
However,
they throw the center guard first,
exactly.
what do you do?
Well, we're seeing more and more teams playing that tick shot to get the split for the two corner guards, playing it as if it's a tight come around, and all of a sudden they've got two rocks up in front, one's yours and one's theirs, but you can't do anything with them. So
Clean. Clean.
it's a guess, cat and mouse, which you think they're going to do.
Hard. Clean.
Oh, and I don't think there's a whole lot of tricking to be done.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Good Flash. Normal? Yep.
I know every team out here has discussed the scenarios and they have their game plan as to what to do in each one, whether
Get normal.
center guard, whether you come around, and depending on the score, whether you throw the corner. And Sean, as you said, it depends on whether it's an odd or an even end.
Well, and that's exactly what I'm getting at. Colton was willing to throw this one in the rings this end.
Yeah. But will it be the same going home? I think we're going to see, because if I was a betting person, I'm going to say this is going to be a blank end.
That was a great throw, man.
Please, Jeff. Same weight or what? Yeah.
Colton Flash will look to stay pretty close to right there, maybe roll right back to the center line, make the rollout as long as possible. don't think from what I've seen this week there's any reason to think that
Same
Brock
weight.
Virtue
Clean,
has a turn
just
preference,
clean.
so it really doesn't matter
Just clean. Same weight.
which side of the sheet it might be on.
Easy. Whoa, easy. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Clean. Yep. Clean. Good.
Makes the hit, rolls just a little bit to the outside.
Peel? Yeah, we'll go dead straight.
So it looks like Brock got to go with the in turn.
Peel.
Yep. Okay, buddy, right stick.
Just give me a bit more. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Brock Virtue always very deliberate in the hacks. You know that when he looks up, he's ready to go.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Clean. 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 Yep. Clean. Good.
Makes the hit, does roll his shooter out of play. We've got a blank end here in number 3, and Brock Virtue will keep last rock into the 4th.
Introducing the all-new heated cab for the John Deere 1R tractor. Simply captivating.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
When you need to hurry, you can count on Team Jiffy Lube. With fast, warranty-approved service while you wait. Jiffy Lube, your oil change experts.
Welcome back, everyone. Keeping an eye on the Page C event game on Sheet 3. The third end just completed. Scott Bitts had an opportunity with his first one to draw in and perhaps set up 2, came up a little bit light. Facing 2 with his final stone, rubbed a guard on the way by, so here you'll see it. Needed to move that stone just a little bit on the button. Had the weight to do it, but not able to get by the front guard. It's a steal of 2 for Steve Laycock, and he's got a 3-0 lead there.
Well, I don't know if Steve Laycock got the memo where Scott Bitts was down once upon a time, 3-0 in his game just before this one. So maybe Scott's got Steve just exactly where he wants him. But no, they had Steve gave up a couple of really good opportunities for the Bitts team to jump all over them there in the third end. Steve's team didn't have a great end until Matt put in those 2 draws, especially that second one. And the Bitts team just wasn't able to capitalize. They had 4 straight chances to do something great and didn't take advantage on any of them. Steve made them pay.
Yeah.
Well, Sean, there's your
Thank you.
answer.
Good.
They threw it into
Keep
the
going,
top
Mitch.
4 as opposed to throwing
Keep
the
it
center
going.
guard
You
in
got to
the
go a bit more.
forefoot.
A little more.
That's good.
And we see the corner guard come
Good
up
boy.
now
Good
by
sweep.
the
Attaboy.
the Virtue team, and now we're going to see the tight center.
Well, we've seen too where Colton can be very patient. You know, when he played that Brady Kendall team in the A qualifier, that was a very patient game against a team that really liked to muck it up out there. And I think Colton sort of learned that out on his time out on the big circuit there, that there's a time to be aggressive and there's a time to reel it in, and he can do that.
See half that. Hack.
And while I set up for that shot, I want to Let everybody know we've been joined in our broadcast location by the CurlSask liaison for this event, Jim Wilson. Jim, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Sean.
And Jim, before we get too far, I told you I was going to try to stump you. I got a trivia question for you.
Heavy hack. Stay with it.
Who
Stay
was
close.
the last Saskatchewan men's team to win the Brier? Don't start looking at me like I'm crazy. Let me finish. Who was the last Saskatchewan team to win the Brier before you, along with your brother Tom, Ron Mills, and Rick Folk, did it in 1980? Who was the team before that?
Harvey Mazinki.
You know, I tried to get Rick with that a couple years ago too, and it didn't take him any longer than it took you. Was that a big question at the time? Because it had been about 8 years then.
Actually, the truth, it was. It was really interesting that people kept on asking us. The last Canadian champion that they had out of Saskatchewan. So it was just natural that Harvey was the answer.
And I'll tell you, when I tried to pull that on Rick a few years ago, the next thing he said out of us, no hesitation, the next thing, if you would have told me that it was going to take this long, I never would have believed it.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
Yeah. But you've been here all week. You're the liaison for this event. You've been watching some of the games. We've got some curlers here that look like, if it's not this year, it's going to be soon.
It's close. It's really close. I can think of, these 4 teams right out here tonight are just wonderful. And then you have the junior kids that were in this.
Well, yeah, so many young teams.
Far off.
We'll hold in.
Yes, we've been commenting all week on the youth movement that's out there, and I think this is one of the youngest fields, average age, that what we've had here at the Tankard for quite some time. And some of these ex-juniors that are just 2, 3, 4 years out are really coming along nicely with the development of their game.
Isn't that true, Sue? You know, when people ask me, they go, I'm cheering for these young kids, and I'm just going, well, yeah, they're young, but they've been at Canadian Junior Championships. They're well seasoned in the curling.
And I guess, the difference between the way things are now as opposed to when we were younger, the 4 of us in here, is that they get exposed to so much more curling. There's so much more available on TV. They get to see the top players play all the time. I mean, 30 years ago, there wasn't as much to see to learn the strategy.
No, there certainly wasn't. We did most of ours by listening to Eldon Elliott out of North Battleford doing it on the radio.
That's not quite the same.
Exactly.
Well, we got Chuck Pachkowski.
Exactly.
Who we all listen to.
Unless Brock wants to draw. No.
But you're right, unless you were at a curling club because your parents are there for whatever reason, that's where most of us learned something.
Yeah, that is exactly right.
So
the neat thing about it, Sean, is like Sue, because we're involved in the junior programs, our juniors are just wonderful that are coming up. They're so talented.
Well, and a lot of it starts with, as Sean says, the exposure to the sport, but so much better technical training on and off the ice. The sports sciences that are brought in at such an early age on how to condition yourself and how to mentally prepare for games, let alone back in our era where you got to invent your own delivery. Now we're teaching people really great techniques early, and it goes such a long ways.
And they can curl longer because of that.
Yeah, but you seem to teach a lot of them to put their heel on the ice, and I'm not sure why you want to start with that kind of handicap.
Exactly. And the interesting thing about it is you're talking the food science that goes on now.
That's right.
In between the fifth end breaks, they come out and it's all nutrition. It's malnutrition food. Geez, when I was playing in the Briers, we were looking for the best hot dog.
Yeah, the refreshments and the cigarettes sometimes too.
That's amazing, actually, how far that's come in such a short time. I can actually remember going to a high-performance camp that would have been maybe 15 years ago, or maybe just a little bit more. And the nutritionist that came out at that time, went through all of the information that she had about what you should eat, when you should eat, and then she was finishing up her presentation. She asked if anybody had any questions, and I think every hand in the room went up because she had no idea of what a curler's day looked like, and it just didn't fit. And now we've got all kinds of information about what you do around this schedule, because the schedule, you look at this draw here, the 16-team triple knockout, you don't know when you're playing before you get here.
Oh no, there's nowhere to be prepared for it.
And there's a lot of sports where you're not actually playing your sport for 9 hours of the day.
I
like
don't
three
think there's
things.
any
So
other
you-
sport like that.
Exactly. So it is very unique and different.
I actually like the end.
And you know, Jim, what I was going to say is you've had a lot of success in everything you've done over the years, but you have to say thank you for giving back now. Your role that you've taken on now is a volunteer role, and you're putting in hours and hours of your own time, and have to say thank you very much for your role there with Curl Saskatchewan and everything that you're doing. And we know it's a good job, but sometimes thankless as well. We know you do some really good work talking to players and all sorts of things, and we thank you for everything you do as well, and thank you for giving back.
I appreciate that. Now, it's interesting in my respect because I'm coming from the other side. I curled in these all the time.
That's right, you did.
And now I'm trying to find out how to produce them.
Oh my God.
And that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's simply amazing.
So that's what I was going to ask you about in regards to this event, your job here. The liaison position for the CurlSask, they have it for all the events. How much does that entail? Because I know on this particular one, you've been down here a few times leading up to the event.
Probably starting last October, every third Monday, I made the trek down here to meet with the host committee.
Wow.
To make sure that everything from advertising to logos in the ice, you name it, got looked after.
That's right. All the sponsor fulfillment role is a really big piece. Getting all the, getting this arena reserved and prepared. So many details
It's tight. It's tight.
that the average person just doesn't understand or see because it's seamless. When it goes successfully, you don't even know that it's happened.
Exactly. They walk through the front doors, and it's just a fantastic presentation that's put on. But believe me, this host committee was just absolutely incredible.
I like the intern.
Yeah, there's a lot of hours behind the scene that sometimes just get taken for granted.
Should just curl up a hair.
And they had like 160 volunteers signed.
Yeah, that's what they told us.
Awesome.
Which is just amazing.
Runner. Yeah, hopefully don't get unlucky and jam.
From quite a wide area too, I think they said some for as far as an hour away.
All right, let's go. Is that nice, smooth, eh?
Well, I was reading in the program last tankard here was 1994, so it sounded like the community was so excited to have a provincial championship back here for the curlers.
You know, the city of Estran really stepped up. They really helped this host committee a lot by the venue and everything that goes on around it.
Sensational run back made there, and as the little
Preserves the
bonus,
back one,
preserves
too.
that back one, which could still be the rock that creates a force here.
Let's try for nose. That gets us. And if we go under, good. If you get nose, it gets the double. No? Or you want to go across?
If we get the double like that, they're just gonna hit and roll. We either try that,
yes,
or we try the double and roll here.
Okay. I like either. I like the double and roll actually. I think. I like this.
You probably hit it, roll away, make them hit you, and take your easy one. Unless you roll.
I think this is real tough.
What do you like, Jim?
You know, I was just thinking, isn't it wonderful to have these people mic so that you can hear them and you can understand what's going on and what they're thinking? I know Sue in the junior ranks right now, in the teaching process, they mic up the kids with one-way
That's right.
microphones just to hear their thought patterns on shots.
And that is the best way to coach. If you don't have access to mics, your only other way is to curl with them in something and hear how they go, because so much of the game is how you do interact, let alone how you see the angles and what's the best outcome.
Oh, definitely.
And that's what's made curling so accessible to the general population, that when the commentators like us actually stop talking for a bit, that we can hear their curler conversations. And we've got way more mics out there than what we do sometimes. So when you get the front end engaged and we hear how they're setting up the skip shots and what they're saying is skip, we all learn something.
Sometimes almost to a detriment. It's actually a lot more fun and a lot easier to watch it on TV where you can hear all this than when you come here and you can't hear the conversations. And even to that, a lot of the general public, because they listen to all this and they hear the players, tend to think of them as their friends and that they know them personally because they listen to them and they feel like they know them all.
I'll tell you what, though, if you come into the patch after the game and offer to buy one of these curlers a drink, they're going to be your friend.
They will be your friend.
They are your
There's
friends,
no doubt about it.
Great double there by Brock Virtue, exactly how he mapped it out. So unless Flash gets the roll here underneath the center guard, sets up a blank opportunity for the Virtue team.
Whoa, right
it's
off.
good.
Right off.
Air warm.
Right off.
Kevin saw that, got pointed out a little bit, very firmly out to the broom.
Oh, whoa, curl, it's curling up.
Got to be careful of that back one.
Doesn't catch a piece of it, but enough to spin it out of the rings. So just the one Yellowstone in the rings, and Brock Virtue will have a chance to make the hit and roll out to blank this end.
I like that.
So Jim, you're still curling.
Well, that's up in the air right now. So I thought I'd take a year off just to work with my junior girls team, and then we'll see what had happened. I've been down here for so long. I've been at a curling rink every day, but I think I threw last week for the first time in 3 months.
Isn't that what's great about seniors, though? You don't have to practice every day. You don't have to do all these things. Don't you just show up? That's what people tell me.
I don't know that there's anything good about seniors.
Yeah.
The fact that you're still here.
I'm still here.
Good job, guys.
Brock Virtue makes the hit, rolls out a shooter out of play, so we do have another blank end, and it'll be Colton Flash still leading 1-0 when we come back. Jim, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it.
Good luck with the rest of the week.
You bet.
The crown jewel has been stolen. For almost 40 years, it has been kept far from its home. Saskatchewan. The time has come. So don your green and will your team back to glory. This Tim Hortons Briar. Be there for history in the making.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Winter's just around the corner, so drop into Jiffy Lube for your winter oil change. No appointment necessary. Jiffy Lube. Be wise, winterize.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, taking a look next door at the Page C event game. Fourth end just underway, or just completed, pardon me, and the rock's being kicked aside.
Don't see. Sorry, I don't know what happened in there.
Yeah, we were looking here, but I think we've got the final shot. Scott Fitz was drawing against. It looked like 3. Brusher's on this. Able to pull it into the top 4 foot. But it looks like it's a steal of 1. It did come up just that little bit short. So Steve Laycock now leading 4-0 over there. That game into the 5th end as well.
Well, and look at this over here, Sean. You finally got your center guard, and it was on an odd end.
Yeah, you know that Brock Virtue wants to blank the odd ends. That's why I was a little surprised
Gotta go line.
2 ends ago when they didn't throw the guard.
Hard.
But again, every team's got their own strategy as to how they want to play the even and the odd.
Go hard. Oh, okay, that's good.
It's in there. Good try.
Looking to come around there, just rubs the dart on the way by, but makes the rings.
More than that. Yeah, okay, yeah. Forward. So.
Great chance here for Trent Knapp, though, if he can hit this right on the nose.
Stays in the free guard zone.
Exactly.
Big
Keeps,
board. Yeah, firm board.
gives them 2 rocks, protecting the 4 foot.
Firm. Whoa. Firm. Whoa. Control for sure. Whoa then. Whoa. Ah.
Wanted to stay right there. This is going to flip out a little bit. Does stay out of the rings.
So So Trent had curled many years with Randy Bryden, but when this opportunity came up to join Colton, Dan, and Kevin, they gave Trent a call and jumped at the opportunity.
Go here, no?
Good.
I got the same weight. So do I. I think we got to go here.
I think it's more, Mitch.
Okay. Okay.
Line's good.
Weight's good. We got to
Line's
go.
good.
Still good.
We got a pretty good line here.
We got to
Pretty
go.
good line.
Okay.
Good line. Good line. Bite the 4. Finish.
Go, Drew. Go. You're good, man. Keep her moving.
Keep going. Cross center. Cross center. Cross center.
Come on, Drew.
Come on.
Come on.
That's a good sweep, guys. Good job.
Nice throw, guys.
Brings that still in the top of the 8 foot behind cover.
Sliver high.
You
Nose
just
pretty
trust
good.
that it'll hold right where you throw it down. In this spot.
So Colton Flash will ask Dan Marsh to run the guard straight back.
Yep. Yep. High! High!
Very good.
That's good.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Kevin thought it was just going to stay right there, but that curled up that little bit, just enough to not keep that promoted rock in the rings, but they're still happy enough with the results there on the center line. And no red rocks in play.
What was his first call?
And now we're beyond the free guard zone rocks, and Brock considering the peel on that corner, or that center guard roll to a corner.
Sure, I like it. Normal. Control.
Okay.
No. Close. No. Gene. Watch your roll. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Get it off.
Get it over there.
Good. Shot. What?
Shot, Mitch.
Come around it, top 4.
Makes the hit, rolls over a little bit, but does leave the guard partially in front of the 4 foot.
Right beside
Like this, Dan?
Oh yeah. So okay, so it's right on that sus.
Sus, though.
Okay. What do you think? Oh, we can hit that a bit, Kevin.
Yep, you can.
Right beside this is best.
Gotta go.
Just
Gotta go.
First shot. 2.
Try to get as far as you can, guys. You can over curl too. Okay.
What? Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah. Just bite.
Top 8.
Okay. Just bite.
Try to
That
over
stone
curl.
comes up short and allows the chance for this come around.
Yep.
Well, I think that's, well, just maybe a foot short. Colton wanted it just beside the red one. He did want it up front.
I thought they were asking for him to tuck a corner a little bit. It's high enough now anyway. It's pretty safe for
Whoa. Let it go of it.
Whoa.
Brock to
Let it go.
come around, and the run back on the yellow won't be easy with that red corner guard underneath it.
Where is it, guys?
Down, Drew. I just overswept it.
But Colton wants to get this hammer back. Unless he can get the steal.
Around this one.
Yeah, they didn't want that draw to be that far back. Slides behind the tee line.
Yeah, we have lots of time.
Here 2, it's fine.
You want to freeze too?
Yep, I like 2 it anyway.
Okay. So T-line and we'll do the rest. Yeah. Speed's good.
Just T-line weight.
T-line, yeah.
Yep.
Pretty close, eh?
Close. T.
Room right now.
Room. Lots of room right now.
Room.
Top 4.
Like to wait.
Room. Close.
Line'll be good.
T. Top 4. T.
Line's good. T. Trent's in. Trent's in.
T. Trent. Close though.
Can I? Or
Not yet.
T plus?
Your T plus.
No.
You can.
Yep.
Okay, go now. Yep.
Hard. Shot, Kevin.
Good.
Okay, good.
Had to wait a long time for the finish to start on that rock, and didn't have the legs to get to the freeze, but he is buried. Back corner of the button.
Same weight as Mitch.
T-line weight. Yeah, T-line.
There's a good look at it. He's got just a corner in front of that redstone, so if they're going to pass it by it, they actually have to get across the face. I'd like to move this back a little bit, create a little bit more room.
It's all there. 72. It's all
Got
there.
heavy. Little heavy, back 8.
Whoa.
Same as Mitch.
Whoa.
Coming
Whoa.
down.
Line's good. Line's real good.
Back 4.
Line's good.
Yep. Whoa.
Coming down.
Whoa.
Back 4.
Gene, go.
Whoa, back
Go
4.
on it, go
back
on it.
4.
Sweep
back
it,
4.
sweep it. Good.
For a little bit more curl there at the end.
Good calls, guys.
Right to it.
Does tap
Yeah, I
the
think
stone
so.
back,
Right.
but
Yeah.
promotes
Very
the yellow
similar
onto
weight.
that red at the back of the 8-foot.
Oh, boys. Leave it at the end.
Yeah, let's do this.
Kevin Marsh now looking to come down, sit right on top of that stone.
Top 4.
Whoa. Whoa, it's running.
No. Top
Okay.
4.
Line's
Weight's
pretty good. Line's good. Play the weight. Line will be good. Just top 4.
They can make the
Line's
freeze
good.
here.
Stay close.
Who's in?
Just top 4.
You got to think
Stay
they're looking
close.
really
Trent
good
in.
for the
Trent in.
force, and
Really
they
good.
Yep. Down,
only
down,
need
down,
a
down, down,
small
down, down,
opportunity
down.
to make something go away, and they might be in a position to steal. That's a great shot.
Sweep good.
Shoot. We got pin right now.
If we double peel, that makes that 1 to 2 reds go for fun. Hey?
Yeah.
Brock Virtue looking long and hard at this to try to find something good. Try to set up a deuce.
What do you think, bud?
Not.
And it might be that at
I
this
don't wanna
point in
make a
time
play
they're just
over
trying
here,
to protect their
'cause
one.
We really hurt ourselves. If we tuck under here, that's garbage.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's
No,
terrible. That's the
terrible.
worst spot possible.
Right here's probably better. Then it can't.
Like if we get under here, Drew, then he smashes this and it doubles the reds off.
Right now, if he comes from this side, it's going to push it onto this.
I don't mind.
Well, we
guarding
got
this.
both sides for your draw. Yeah.
Like what else? I think that's all we got.
Full 8.
Cause it's his. Is it Colton's first shot after this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is Drew's last one.
What's Colton gonna do? Like
we just go
He's
on
right
top
there.
of it.
You could ask him.
Try to run this on the nose.
maybe, hey? So maybe we'd freeze right to that, or even here. Like
Yeah, if you take it away.
let's
What's
go.
he got off the yellow? Not really anything.
Not really. I like this. Top 12.
Okay.
Top 12. Okay.
Top 12, buddy. Like 2 feet less is good.
Right on the
Top
splitting
12,
center. Like
Wrap it around
right there.
it so it takes
Okay.
his nose
Right
run
behind
away
that
on
yellow.
the yellow guard.
So Drew Height with his final stone here in the 5th end.
Or less.
Weight's good.
It is
2.
less. It's less for sure.
Yeah.
But yellow
3.
line, yellow line.
3.
Yellow line. Gotta go. Keep going. Keep
Wants
going.
to come underneath the Yellowstone to protect against
Come on,
any
Mitch,
kind of
go!
a run back, but
Go more. All the way. Go. All the
Wants
way.
to be
Go, go,
tight
go,
enough.
go, go. Go, go, go.
they might be able to use it later on. This is gonna,
Boy.
I think, do the job they had in mind.
Spot.
I think we try to put it right here.
Yeah.
They were wondering what Colton Flash was going to do, and he talking about drawing to what's left
What
of
if
the
they
button.
over curled and went to here? Is that horrible?
Not the end of the world now. No, not that he's there anymore. We try to put it here. It's the only thing I see. Right here.
Okay. Okay, so I
Okay,
gave
so a
you
little
here.
more ice
We
than
need one more rock than you.
Okay.
So I just chisel off mine. It's not the end of the world.
Looks like a nice. It looks like a nice finish at the end.
That's
Mine
you're
really
in there,
helped.
Trent?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we? What's the end position?
Like freeze to the.
Our yellow? Or
Just like top button weight.
okay.
Freeze to the red then.
Red?
Yeah, ideally.
Pretty precise shooting
Yeah,
there
this-
when you're
this-
freezing to a piece of the red that you
Seems
can't
really nice
even
over here.
see.
Yep.
15.
Yeah.
But he's
come
just
close
trying
to
to get
seeing
it
it.
in
There's
there so
three
he can
rocks
do
in front of it.
Yeah. But to get in there, if he ever gets the chance that he can throw the run at it. And then if he goes just that little bit deep, then he goes to that one position that Drew thought would be good if they were going to rock behind that red one. He takes it all day.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Line's perfect.
Power T.
Line is perfect. Line's
heavy.
money, a little bit over
Right
Curling.
here.
Well heavy.
T.
Hold it. Close.
Whoa!
Down. Whoa!
Just
Whoa!
Nice shot, buddy.
Comes down right
That was
beside
just
the yellow
exactly
and
the
sits
way-
there for second shot.
Even just freeze, it's pretty good. Yep. Freeze is probably the best. Because then he's got a guard. If we go here and just tap it a smidge and sit there.
You think he can whack it?
Well, not if we just move it a smidge. If we move it a smidge and sit here.
Is he shot? No.
No, we're shot.
If we move that, like what, 4 inches?
Yeah, or even just sit on it.
Well,
Wow.
if we just sit on it, I
It's not
think he
good.
smashes
Yes.
it and this goes.
Yes, we got to move it.
But then we're shot up here. Well, he might be. I think we got to move it like 4 inches.
That was exactly what I think too. Just so we get it back here.
No, but if you ever come off it a bit, gives
Well,
him
there's
the nut,
probably still not a.
right? No, if you ever bump off and go here.
Well,
it
you'd
throws
have
a
to
whistler
throw. You'd
down
have to
in
throw
there.
like back line to roll that far.
Yeah.
Right now, if we can't throw guard because he's playing this.
Yeah, for sure.
We just got to tap it here.
Just
like
tap
T-line
it. Tap it for him. Yeah, T-line weight.
Yep.
That's draw to the button is what that is.
Yep.
So, right there, right?
Yep.
What they're
Speed
talking
still
about
draws
as
the
far as
button.
him not
Yeah,
being
he's
able to
actually
throw a
at
guard,
81.
it's that short angle run in.
Something
Now
like
because
that's
that
gonna be
yellow and the
close.
red are so close
T-line
together,
weight. If we
make
touch it with
contact with
T-line
it
weight, we tap
anywhere.
it 4 inches.
There it is, that yellow guard just outside the rings on the right-hand side. Slash it in towards the yellow he just threw. Hit it anywhere, which does give you a lot of leeway. That red's going out the side, and even if you spill the raised stone and the object stone, you'll still be sitting the front 4 foot, back 4 foot.
So Brock going with the logic, if Colton put it there for a purpose, then we better just get
all
it
there.
out of
Better
there.
deal with it.
Whoa, 78.
This is a delicate shot. He's
line.
playing to move it, but you
Wait for the
cannot
curl.
hit this on the outside. You'll
Wait's
do the work
good.
for him.
Whoa, whoa.
Freeze.
Wait for the curl.
Yep. You
Whoa,
go.
whoa,
Wait's
got a
good.
curl.
Gotta go. Just tap it.
Got a
4
curl.
inches.
Line's good.
4 inches.
Hard.
Go, guys. Go.
Hard.
Go, boys.
Hard
Go.
line. Gotta go.
It's curling here
This is
pretty
going to
hard.
be a little bit light. They had to wait for it
Okay.
to start to curl, and when it did, it doesn't have
That's pretty good.
speed left to get there.
Done nothing for 2 that I see. If he hits this, that's No, that's bad no for him. good for him. I Really don't bad think. for him.
What are you thinking?
Throw it away.
Is there any way we can? Anything good for us, I guess?
Can he do anything with that one?
Well, that's it.
Not really. No, because then you just
You
keep
know-
No, because this is second and third, and he does that. This is gone. We steal 2.
No, nothing for 2 over
There's no
here
draw this way.
because of this one.
This
You
isn't
know,
any
it
good
looks to
for
me
him.
like he could
This is
see
just
the edge of his own
staying.
rock to just play a pick straight sideways
This
on it.
is-
Nothing. Let him play that.
Well, that's all dangerous for him.
It's not dangerous for us.
No. Like, do we play that?
Timeout.
They're going to call timeout. There's a
know,
good
yeah,
look
looks
at
like
it.
you can see that
He-
little
he can
corner.
see
Not terrible.
then
We
you're
can
like-
sit 2, and that's.
But what
not
happens
probably
if
close to a
you
quarter.
But what if you ever hit this?
tick
and
the
that's
red exactly the one
Not
that
good, I don't think.
Not good, yeah.
Kevin just pointed out? So the
No,
risk.
because then this is
No, if
gone.
you touch the top red.
That's
by
terrible.
accident, it's not
I'm
good.
saying
If
not
he-
a huge
but
fan
is
of
he
it.
gonna play that then? Why would
Well, but he wouldn't play that because this isn't going. I'm saying he'll have a shot on this. This
Yeah.
is going. We'll
I
score
think
one if
this
he
is
plays
only
something.
good for us, not him.
Like, are we?
right?
Yeah, are we
What are you
playing?
thinking, Bruce?
Like, are we happy with Forrest right now, guys?
We're
Oh, happy with the
Forrest.
force. I just
Right?
don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I just want to make sure there's nothing for 2 that I'm not seeing. Do you see something for 2 right now? I think if he brings the 3 in here, he might give up a steal of a couple. Because this is going to come into here. He'll get 1 for sure.
Yeah, to the 7.
The 7's not going anywhere, and this is coming here. It's probably a steal of 1.
Well, if he
Yeah, this one
catches
would count. Yeah. This isn't going anywhere, is it?
No, that's not
Ever
going
6.
nowhere.
Yeah. So
Anything he plays on this is a steal. I just don't want to make sure there's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything good for us. We can try this, and I miss it wide, if anything.
Yeah.
Just the straight.
Yeah, the pick, and then you're sitting
and
2.
then this goes sideways.
Then you're sitting 2. Is it
And if
worth
I
it?
flash it straight, it's fine.
Take camera to 6.
It's a little risky. Yeah. If you ever touch this, it's not very good. I don't think.
Well,
I mean, if you just tickle that,
you just tickle, you'd probably get
we'd be shot on this, and it's where this 4 goes, right?
But then he might have something on it.
Wow, the 4 is pretty much buried though, right?
Oh, true.
It'll be dead buried, so we wouldn't have anything on it. If I ever touch this, just tickle this. Is it bad, Bruce? I'll move this.
You'd hate to
the
move
6
the
is
6
gone.
here. Are you sure?
No, the 6 would go, I think.
If it stays here, it's bad. But
Depends on the weight you play.
Because you've got like
The shot you're looking for, you could play it with control.
yellow. What's your gut there? Flash.
He is looking at that angle run in.
Yeah, like
it's a little bit dangerous.
I'm playing this because that's so thin to hit the 4. It's so thin.
Oh, you want to put the
aiming for a half a rock. Let's do it. Half a rock.
Okay, so hang on. This should be the straight.
Run.
So we should use
aiming for a half or thicker, and then if it just drives by, it's fine.
And what he's saying, it's so thin to hit the 4. That red stone that's frozen at the top must be the number 4 stone red, I guess.
Thin half.
Yep.
Probably a third.
Essentially, this is doing the same thing as just coming at it straight. It's just what he's worried about is hitting that red and jiggling his own stone. That one at the top of the 4 foot right now,
just that nice peel.
I feel like it's not going anywhere, and that's the stone keeping Brock Virtue from having any kind of shot at 2. So they don't want to change the position of that stone.
Whoa! Off!
Well, he said he'd have to hit it awfully thin. Is that what he's done? No.
God, buddy.
Makes it perfect.
That's really good.
Go, bud.
Just the way Kevin
Yeah.
said,
That's
whoa,
really
I
good.
thought, oh,
Yeah,
it's going to be
absolutely.
too skinny and come in on the red that they did not want to touch.
So Brock Virtue has just the edge of the button left to shoot for.
Well, the good news, trying to find the bright side for Brock is he can see the button now.
Take one more look at this.
So I'll give
Catch
you a
is
similar
definitely
reading.
less than what they had in mind. They were talking about half. Just gets under the red stone at the top of the 4 foot.
Same as
Made any contact with that yellow, the red was going to go, but I guess the bonus by hitting it that thin, he actually sticks the raised stone right there, and it's actually shot rock. That's the one that Brock Virtue's going to have to beat here if he's going to score. But, you know, with the positioning of those 3 stones, this is almost a situation where you're either going to score one or you're going to give up 3 on the steal because they're
no
so
halfway.
close together. There's really nothing in between.
Nice extension.
Good weight. Line's
Easy.
good. How's line? T-line.
You might have to go soon. Yep. Easy,
Line's
easy,
good.
easy, easy.
T-line.
Brock's
Yep,
made a lot
yep.
of these
Hard
draws
line.
this week.
Yep.
It's why
Hard
they're in
line.
this game.
Yep. Hard.
This one's really curling. They were hoping that was going to stay out there a little bit longer.
Line. Hard.
And it's going to rub the guard.
Might have been a little light too.
Probably was a little bit light, and that's going to be a steal of 3. So Colton Flash will take a 4-0 lead into the 5th end break. Kim Hudson has made her way down to ice level, and she's got Colton with her now.
I have Colton here right now. How are you enjoying throwing that last rock right now?
Oh, that was a little nervous out of my hand when I let it go, and I hit the littlest I could, and it turned out great.
I didn't like the way you guys were calling that off. I thought it wasn't sounding so good, but great call on that last one. What a great game so far, you guys. Very dominant.
Yeah, we played well so far. We're just continuing doing what we've been doing all week so far, and it's really working for us.
Yeah, it's got to feel good. Rhetorical question. 4-0 now heading into 6. What's the game plan going for the rest of the way?
It's going to be simple, same as we've been doing all week. We've been in this spot, so we know what to do. Throw our peels. If we give up 2, it's not the end of the world, but no more than that. No crooked numbers.
Exactly, and I know you want to be on your way. Quick question, and it's not going to matter now, but my question is going to be winning that A side. Sometimes you sit around for a long time. Has that been detrimental in any way?
Well, you know, we didn't come out necessarily perfectly sharp. We've played some good draws this end, but we were a little heavy early, so it definitely was one of those things. We had a good practice earlier, so that definitely helped.
If you end up having to carry this game through, you're going to have to keep that in mind for tomorrow because you'll be sitting around waiting again.
It'll be the same thing, but I've done this before, and it's something that I'm comfortable with.
Good to hear. Good luck. Continued success. Thanks, Colton.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by SaskTel, Viterra, Service equipment, white ice and east side paint and wallpaper, Asham curling supplies, Jiffy Lube, CurlSask, and SaskTel Max.
All right, people, let's get to work. Lights off.
Ma'am, there's someone at the door. Unknown male, might be a salesman.
Take care of it. You, drop the temperature. I'm roasting.
Ma'am, your straightening iron. Shall I pull the plug?
Yes. While you're at it, leave room for milk.
The crown jewel has been stolen. For almost 40 years, it has been kept far from its home. Saskatchewan. The time has come. So don your green and will your team back to glory. This Tim Hortons Briar. Be there for history in the making.
When you need to hurry, you can count on Team Jiffy Lube. With fast, warranty-approved service while you wait. Jiffy Lube, your oil change experts.
Get on your game with Asham Curling Supplies. Customize your slide with the all-new Express Ultralight and Club Shoe, featuring the style, comfort, and performance you expect from Asham. Sweep the competition with our Pro Grip gloves and ultralight carbon fiber, composite, and fiberglass handles, plus World Curling Federation approved pads.
Hey folks, I'm Arnold Asherman. For 39 years, our product has been satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies, online, in-store, and at your club.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
Totally my first. Okay, I'm very excited. Don't worry, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna practice, and then we're gonna actually play games. Really? Yeah. Awesome.
Knock it down. Yeah. Could be better.
Want to try it and have some fun? Hurry hard to your local curling center or visit curlsask.ca to find a curling center near you.
Introducing the all-new heated cab for the John Deere 1R tractor. Simply captivating.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, keeping an eye on that Page C event game. Scott Bitt's team, it's not that they haven't had rocks to work with. They've had rocks most of the last 4 ends that give them some kind of a chance, but they've not had any success closing out ends in this game. It turns out to be another steal of 2 for Steve Laycock in the 5th end, and it's a 6-0 lead. The 6th just underway there.
Well,
The
Matty
winner-
Dunstone's had great drawaway tonight, and he's taken advantage of the misses that the Bits back end is providing. So he's just popped in another draw, shuts him down, and Scott's just not able to follow down. But again, as Sean said, there have been a lot of chances. Laycock sort of keeps escaping. They've been curling well, but when your opposition is not having their best game, then that certainly helps you out on the scoreboard.
And the winner of that game will move on to the semifinal tomorrow morning at 9:30. They'll be playing against the loser of our feature match. The winner of that match moves on to the final at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, and we will have both of those games for you here live on Max TV and CurlSask.ca.
Yeah, similar.
Top 8.
Easy.
Close.
Easy.
Line's good.
Wait's okay.
Same
Similar.
line. If anything, I got more line.
Yeah, it's there.
I'm gonna go further then. Like you to wait.
It's coming down here.
Okay, line's good. Line's good. Just top 8. Fully.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Gotta go down.
Hard down.
Hard. Keep going. Real good.
Sweet, boys.
Now with the 4-point lead, Colton Flash asking Trenton to bring both of those stones
Good work.
into the rings.
And done very well.
So one corner guard thrown up to start the end, and now Jesse St. John going to look to throw the corner on the other side.
You're ready though. Might have to go a bit.
Line's good.
Might have to go.
Make him even right to the sign here. Yeah, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Go. Go, 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 go. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Gotta go. Come on. That's good, sweet. Good shot.
And you played this turn there, Andy. Why don't we tune up that double? Is there a double there or not?
Pretty thick.
Really?
I like this.
Okay. Yeah. They look pretty nice. Okay.
Somebody was peeking up at the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
It is thick, though, and certainly understand with a 4-point lead, Colton Flash doesn't want to take a chance at hitting thick on the first one, leaving 2 guards in play somewhere.
Right, especially leaving the one that's tighter to the rings.
Just make one go away.
Yeah.
But speaking of taking that peek at the Jumbotron, when Colton did call that timeout in the 5th and Bruce Corte came down, well, those coaches are sitting at ice level. You haven't a clue what's going on down at the far end. You can't see anything except that because when your feature game is up on that Jumbotron and the webcast feed goes up there, the SaskTel Max feed is up there, the coaches have a huge advantage now, being able to have a good understanding of what is happening down at that far end before they get there. Because lots of times when you've got a schmoz of rocks like that, you need a few seconds to absorb what's happening, but in the meantime, your timeout clock is ticking like crazy. But Bruce already had a jump on what was happening and was ready to provide advice right off the bat, or ask the questions.
Close to half.
Corner guard slides a lot deeper at that time, and now definitely an opportunity to try the double peel if they want to go after it. Looks like that's the call.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yes. Hard.
Makes the hit, comes across, catches the second stone, and hit it enough on the top that he's able to spin the shooter up and out of play. Just the 2 yellow stones in the rings left in play now.
Still, I'm impressed with Colton's line calling there. You know, for somebody that's been sweeping rocks for the last 6 years, that's a tough job on calling those. And even Dan was calling him off. Didn't think he had it quite right, but Colton was insistent that they stay on the sweep. And I think Colton's been getting stronger and stronger as their Bonspiel season has gone on. And he's always good at the line calls, but
where is it?
We're through. Like it's
that
through.
skill set has really improved in the last 3 months.
We need a tick. We need a tick.
Well, that tick is useless to us.
Well, it's going through. That's not very good either.
Well, that one just a little bit heavy, slides through the back of the rings, and
Or do we just peel
the top one? Like that? You want to peel the top one? Well, you may as well get both of them then.
a little frustration now from the Virtue team. It's one of those things when things are going bad, they seem to go all bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you get over the top with
So just over the top this way then.
Just error,
Right?
error on the yes, error on that side.
If you just straight peel, it's fine. Okay, bud.
So
Close.
no good can come from putting another rock in play. Anything yellow actually helps the Virtue team at this point.
That's pretty nice.
So they play the double on their own 2 stones, roll the shooter out of play.
Still 5 ends to do this, but any end that you can burn is one more in your back pocket. One more or one less end that the Virtue team has to generate offense.
Well, and you know the other side of that too. We've talked
like
about
a
the
hair
even
more
odd
for me,
thing.
no,
This
okay,
is the 6th end,
yeah.
and
I'd
even
like to get a
end.
nice wide
if
one.
you can
Okay.
force Brock Virtue to try to score in the 7th, because he doesn't have time to worry about that anymore. If he can get 2 and 7, he's got to take his chance. Well, that gets you last rock in the even ends, and you're already ahead.
Perfect.
That would be a great situation.
Try for
But
here,
still,
guys.
we're only halfway through this end, and
we're there.
just never know. All it takes is one
Finish.
missed peel, and opportunities arise. But
Keep going, Mitch. Finish it up. That's good. Go.
I really liked Colton's comments there, Kim, with your interview when you asked him about what was it like to wait all day, and did that impact you? And I thought Colton was quite honest where he said, yes, it
Yeah, it did.
took a little while.
Yep.
They had a good practice.
Yep.
And there we go. There's not a perfect peel. But that, you know, he finished it off and said, I've been in this position many times. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy
Well,
to deal with it.
I think every curler has said that, you know, if someone gives you the final, you take it every single time. But having said that, you like the idea of coming through the semi and playing first and then moving on to the final 2.
It's gotta go here. It's gotta go. It's gotta go.
How's right?
It's gotta go, Mitch.
Room.
Let me go.
Room.
Well,
Go, Mitch.
for
You're
Colton
rock.
Flash
It
being
looks
the
right.
event winner,
Mine's good.
you know,
Mine's
the
good.
extra little
Go, go.
bonus if you can win this game
Mine's
to
good.
get directly
Come on,
to the
get it
final.
lighter.
You got your choice of rocks, and you know you've got last rock in the final.
Yeah, good point.
Come on.
That's all right. Right here.
Come on, what?
Right there.
Well, looking to come around that yellow stone, there wasn't a lot of 12-foot left behind there. At any rate, there's a good look at it. He would have had to been right on the very edge of the 12-foot to be buried.
Yeah, running out of rings.
Comes up just a little bit short. You know, if he's on the center line, that rock's actually in the rings.
And you know, Drew did make that shot. I can't remember if it was in the Jacobson game, but it was when the Virtue team started to catch their stride here in this B event, and Drew did get just that teeny little bite behind a guard like that, and it did set up a 2-ender. So they were just hoping to replicate that shot, but that's not easy when your house is disappearing like that.
No, he's playing in such a small spot. And again, like I said, if he's thrown to the center line, he's in the rings. He really doesn't need a whole lot more weight than that, but the way it was curling at the end, he wouldn't have hit the rings anyway. By the time he's on the tee line, he would have hit the bumper.
Exactly.
Make sure it's T.
Colton Flash now looking to draw.
We're T.
No, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Nice shot.
Wants to make Brock Virtue make a play on this stone, and one of the reasons they kept bringing it back is now if he tries to roll in behind that guard, he'll be back far enough that to be covered,
Drop it around there.
he's probably out of the rings.
You got your 7 here. Figure we need a good one right now.
But we did see in the second end where Brock rolled to that very back corner of the 12-foot behind guards were about in that position, and it created the force for Colton. So that was on that big double that Brock ran, and then they got the bonus of the force. So have to conjure up good thoughts here when you're trying to scramble to get back into the game.
Should be good.
Oh, so he's ignoring that shot right now and going for the draw.
Let it grab the curl, Jess.
Okay.
Line's good, right here.
They fooled us again.
Whoa,
That's the second
Jesse,
time in this
off,
game where
Mitch's
somebody's
off.
put the
Gotta curl,
broom down
Mitch,
where
right
it
there.
could have been the
Go
hit,
for
and
here.
then turns out it
Right for here.
Wait for
Gotta go, Mitch.
an attempt at the draw.
Finish.
It's
A
light.
lot of room by the
Finish.
guard.
But it needs a lot of room by the guard.
That is just piss poor sweeping again.
How much you got of this?
Pretty much all
Almost
of it.
all of
Okay.
it.
Stick right here.
Well, they'd sure like to stick around on this now and get the force.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it all just.
Solid board, right?
Solid board?
No, just board.
Just board.
Yeah, I don't want to overthrow it.
Okay.
Board right there.
Go flash.
Board weight.
Board weight.
Stay as close to nose as possible. It's fine.
Oh yeah, you got edge to edge, eh? So.
Yeah. Make it go away. Stick around somewhere.
Say board?
Yeah, board weight.
Okay.
You guys will be able to hold this pretty good here.
Okay.
Yep. Hard.
Oh, I think he turned it over just at the end when he let go.
Hard, boys! Hard, Chris! Come on, you got it! You got it! Hard!
Good sweep, good sweep.
By the long one, by the tight one, and enough to stay in the 12-foot.
And you have incredible sweeping. Incredible things can happen. That was a sweep and a half.
Normal weight, Brock?
Yeah.
So
All right, we'll see what two guards get.
Brock just looking to hit and stick, take his one.
And already thinking ahead, I think it was Mitch that said, we'll see what two guards gives us, so they know they're going to play hard for the steal in the 7th.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Good normal.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Hard.
Yeah, Mitch. Gotta go.
Hard, Mitch. Go. Okay.
Clean.
Clean.
Clean's good.
Shot.
Makes the hit, sits right there, does take his single point. Brock Virtue on the board, but it's Colton Flash with a 4-1 lead as we go into the 7th end.
Take your Share More plan with you and enjoy worry-free data in the U.S. The all-new Share More Canada and U.S. plan, now available from SaskTel.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
Welcome back, everyone. Sean Joyce, Susan Lang, and Kim Hodson with you from Affinity Place in Estevan. Keeping an eye on that Page C event game as well. Scott Bitts been struggling through the first 5 ends, and the 6th end finally able to put a little bit together and pick up their 2 points to get on the board. But they do trail Steve Laycock by a score of 6-2. Laycock with last rock as they play the 7th end there.
Interesting, Sean. They knew they were going to be throwing the 2 center guards here, but the first one goes about halfway, which is a tough spot.
That territory we talk about where you definitely don't want the first one.
Right. It's easier to be really long and tight. Now you have one halfway. It's tough to get around that and stay out of the rings.
Fight 4.
We can only wonder if that influences the decision here, you know, as Colton Flash's team. That no matter where they put the second guard, there's not going to be a ton of separation. You're going to have a chance for a double peel. So why even play the tick?
Yep.
Still think he has to sit.
Nice shot.
It's good. Really good.
Judge, guys.
Perfect.
You miss the tick, you get nothing out of it. You may as well play that come
I
around.
like tapping this right now.
Okay. Me too.
It's where those leads really like that 1 minute
Back eight,
timeout
back
we have
four.
between ends here, because after that hard sweep on Colton's last one, and then is the lead, you know, when you're just playing in regular non-officiated games, you've just swept with everything you've got, and then you have to go sit in the hat
Yeah,
and
that's
throw
right.
your rock.
I would say we're light.
Where's the weight?
Right, Drew. You're probably right. Yep.
Where's
We
the
were
weight?
just debating,
Where's the
well,
weight?
just talking about
Hard
how hard it
line.
is to separate the guards.
Hard
So
line.
Brock Virtue
Hard
looking to
line,
come in and
guys.
tap
Hard.
this, and I really like this
Hard
call
line.
because of the
Hard.
positioning of that first
Whoa.
guard.
Where the first
Whoa.
one is, yeah.
Whoa.
So hard to separate them.
Skip. Shot.
This is over curling though. You do want this buried because it's in the rings. They can hit it.
Or can you just pick that? Spite the 8.
You could. Or
What do you like?
you
Same
could
line's
try it
good.
aggressively, Just try to whisker it. Like it's another rock. Just same shot.
I don't know if that's hurting us.
No.
Same shot.
Like I like coming to it, don't you, or no?
I think right here's pretty good.
Yeah.
What's he doing then? That's good.
Okay,
Yeah.
top 8.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Spite the 8.
Similar weight.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody keeps calling down the sheet to ask what he's doing when the other guy's right behind. You should just turn and ask
Turn around
him.
and ask him.
I got more line if anything.
Tons of room.
I got more line, guys.
We're there.
Wait, we're different lines.
Just leave it up here.
Like,
It's top 4. It's top 4.
Okay, go,
for
go,
sure.
go, go,
That's
go, go,
definitely
go. Get
deeper than
back
what they had
behind
in
it.
mind. Now trying to get by their own stone.
We want it.
Just rubs it on the way by, but doesn't leave the pocket at least, and that's what they were worried about. If they chip on that yellow stone, they could have left a pocket.
Hey, make sure you're there, bud.
You
Back
know that
8.
Brock Virtue's going to try
Just
to use any rocks that you leave him.
Yeah, for sure. So he's going to
Be like
create the
Rice right
pocket
there.
himself here.
Colton's already thinking maybe, how long do we stay on the offensive here versus...
I'd say you're done.
Yeah.
gotta go for back 8.
He's just waiting for this rock to get out of the way. That he's going to run up and call for the peel.
Back 8.
Back 8, back 12. Want me? Back 8, back 12. Yep, Jesse.
Whoa.
Back 8, back 12.
Whoa.
Back 12.
Drew. Whoa.
Back 12.
That's good.
A little heavy.
Surprise. You fired
Tapped
that
it a
guard in
little
there,
too
that's
far,
good.
but
Which way into which one?
still any kind of corner freeze on that yellow on the button area would have a hard time
Okay.
getting it out
Yeah, this
past
is
the
a
one that
good
was
Yeah,
just tapped
it's
back.
too thick on the other one.
Colton Flash going to peel the guard for now.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Good.
I expect we'll see Brock Virtue throw a few more center guards.
Shut
Shot
down.
tap.
Yeah, you're just gonna keep guarding and then
Yeah.
until
That's
the
what-
end, and then he's gonna go chink chink and then. It's not great. It's not terrible either.
So we're
We're
going to
about
see a
halfway,
repeat
guys.
of guard peel for a while, I
For a
think.
while, and it's a question of when.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
think
whoa,
I heard,
The
Gotta
two,
curl.
guys.
you know,
Gotta
I
curl.
could- I've just
Gotta
gotten to the point where I
curl.
could tell them apart to look at them, to try to
Gotta
tell their
curl.
voices apart. It's asking a little much.
Finish.
It was either Dan or Kevin talking about
clean.
he'll wait till the end, but I don't know if he'll wait right to the very last shot
Keep
because
guys. Shot, Mitch.
the angles aren't going to be
Oh, boy,
great
good
for
throw.
Brock.
Good, Dan. Same throw, boys. Yeah.
Same throw.
You might want to play it one or two shots earlier. Hope you get a jam, and then you can guard a good stone.
Yep.
Clean.
Play it. Play it.
Throw.
Gotta love the clean.
Probably throw another one or what?
Oh yeah, we gotta.
Good place, eh?
I think so.
I think you're likely throwing at least
Halfway.
one more,
Same spot or where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same spot's good, Drew.
maybe two. But maybe on Brock's first one, you might want to make some kind of a little tap up.
Brock's first or third's
Well,
last?
you could do it on Drew's last.
Yeah.
It's all there. There on its own.
Hold on. Off. Hold on.
2.5.
Let it dig. Whoa. Let it dig.
2.5.
Let it dig. Let it dig.
Let it die. Just let it die.
Come on, sit. Sit. 3.
They definitely want this one to stay a little bit higher.
All right, that's okay.
Are they trying to make some noise in the house now? You want to go that way? That ain't good. I was thinking this.
Is straight peel even that bad? Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you just sit there then?
Well.
Huh? Oh, okay. The top double? I was thinking you make this double and roll your shooter over here is pretty good. If you make the double, you roll over here.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if you make the double, you roll really this way, right? This way, hey, because it just,
Yeah, there's lots of things that could
No,
happen
I don't
at
want
the
to do
back.
it this way because it's coming back into here.
Exactly.
This rock's still pretty good for us. If you're making the double, it's like this, and roll your shooter here, which isn't, even if you roll your shooter here, it's pretty good. Well, you don't want a center guard, do you? It's not terrible.
We don't really want
It's
to
not
center
good.
guard,
Not
no.
good. Okay, let's just straight peel this way.
Yeah, I like this. Like, he's
Straight
gonna have
peel.
to make a play on that. He might leave us a double.
I kind of agree with the straight peel, just given the way those rocks
Yeah.
are in the rings.
You know, the guard came in a little tight. You'd like to make a play on 2 of them, but the angles, there's no great
Just
angle
not
for you
good.
there. And
Yeah.
really, right now, Brock Virtue's the one that has to blink first. He doesn't have the option of waiting.
Clean it. Good.
And I still think he might throw one more guard. You always have that rock at the top 12 foot you can try to work with.
Yeah.
You throw one more guard, let them peel
Yeah,
it.
we might have been helping him if we.
And that's what he's thinking.
Same thing, just a bit higher.
Yeah.
You just want to cross the center line.
Same way, it's pretty close.
Because if you get what you want, you play the little tap up with your first one, and if you get what you want, what you're looking for really is a jam,
Yeah.
you're going to guard that. Well, you'd like that to be the last
Your
rock.
last rock that you're throwing, yeah.
And if things don't go right, if everything gets blasted out of the middle, your last one, you can come around that rock at the top 12 foot and freeze to that one on the back 8 foot.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Tighter. How's the line?
Line's good.
We're good weight.
Keep going.
Yeah, we're good.
Keep going. We don't want it too high. Or else it's useless. Good job. Good.
Shot, Drew. Good spot.
All right, intern this time.
This run's nice here. Okay.
Hard. Clean.
Kevin Marsh peels the guard.
Good throwing, Kevin. Bump this right to here.
Yeah, so Brock Virtue only was about 6 seconds there to figure out what his next shot will be.
And if you try,
well, what if we hit that out?
Okay.
What if we hit this
Yeah,
out?
then they pick the top.
Probably plays
If
the
we can
double
make him
on the
shoot
2
against
reds on
3.
the right.
Well, right now, he's got to pick it this way, right?
Huh?
Right now, if he goes this way, it's dead jamming on, like, I mean, there is a hole, I guess. Not really to get it out this way.
What if we run this back and roll here?
Oh, that's pretty good.
I mean, we got to take a chance.
What if you hit and rolled?
I'm just thinking, I want to see him shoot against 3.
Well, then this is good too. What if you hit this? Then they roll this one. If we go here, he's got to rip this, and then we do this.
Just freeze this.
He's not ripping that. He's playing the double.
Yeah, if we freeze that and he rips it, then we've got that. Yeah, let's freeze there.
Because he's never playing this because he can double jam.
No, this is our
come in here.
No, this is our play. Freeze there.
I like that too.
So we were taking.
I like it if you like it.
We were taking there, like that's where you threw your last one.
What's that?
Probably.
Yeah, and we can't get there with the out turn, so we got to throw it through that hole.
That's going to be real close. It'll go sideways. We can even kiss our own.
Yeah. Yeah, just get through that hole and freeze that.
I think we need this little guy.
Yeah. That's the one.
Doesn't look like much of a hole, but we certainly know it's there.
87 is what I usually like, 88.
But what did you get on my draw to the wing down here?
I'll be honest, I never thought of the
wanna
freeze on
what
this
do we
back
want?
one.
Same as this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I throw 7.
I think it's the same
here. 70, buddy. Low 70.
That's better.
I got good weight. 72.
Got room.
So that's what we wanted.
Line's good.
Back 4.
Whoa.
How's line?
It's got a curl.
Let it cut. Let it cut.
Mitch. Mitch, if you
He's
can.
got
Go,
a
Mitch.
lot of
Back 8.
room.
Whoa. It's close.
Still on the
Back
stone.
8.
Still
Roll
thick
it.
on the stone
Starting
at
to
the
make
top
its
of the
big
forefoot.
move now.
Roll it, roll it, roll it. Real good. Not really.
That leaves a double on the Reds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good try.
We'll sit edge on edge, but it's okay. Outturn.
Just think they were overcomplicating that there. You make the tap straight back red onto the yellow. You can
Yeah,
even
that's
move the
what I like.
yellow
That
back
one?
a couple of
Yeah.
inches. Colton's got to try to blast those out. If he jams anything, you got a chance to guard it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just hammer this with the outturn.
I think so, yeah. Two-thirds.
Two-thirds? Okay.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. 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 Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Colton Flash with his first stone looking to double out the Reds.
Good shot. Good shot.
The shooter spins back a little bit. That'll
Yeah, it
give
does
him a
live
little
it.
bit of a...
Good shot.
Yeah.
Give him the double.
You just hit that and try to spill in a bit and make him draw.
I think throw it.
Just
same
gotta,
weight.
just.
Let's throw the same weight.
Same shot.
Oh no, we gotta lose this, don't we?
I guess so. Even if we give up. Yeah.
One more look at this shot.
Like. Just
Makes the
through.
hit, comes across. Kicks the other red out the side. He knew he was going to lose his own stone.
Bit more.
I think he wants to play the hit.
If we just tap it back.
Shooter did squirt back to the
Yeah,
tee
maybe
line.
that's the play. Hey, just tap it a bit.
I think this.
No.
What's he
Just
doing?
hit and flop, make him draw the button.
Yeah.
Underneath.
Okay, give me just outside the 4.
That's what he said.
So playing the
Just wanna
tap and the
bump him,
flop
hey, with back
underneath.
eight. Yeah. Just move
What are
him
we
a foot or
throwing?
two.
Back 8.
Okay.
I think that's the best. Yeah, leave him the double for 3 and
Same weight's pretty close,
see
bruh.
what happens.
That was.
You were back 8.
Will we bump him far enough with that? I gotta throw a bit more.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 feet more.
Sure. 2 1/4.
Whoa.
It's just
quite
a
a
hair
bit
more.
heavier, a lot
Close.
It's
Close.
just a hair heavier.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Hard line.
Go, Jess. You gotta hold it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Get
Whoa.
ready to hold it.
Whoa.
Whoa. Mitch.
He's out there. He's out
Mitch.
there.
Go. Jesse, stay close. Yep, Jesse.
Mitch.
Just to get at least to the nose.
Yes!
Line's coming nice now. Oh, they might have swept that into the top stone when they switched a little bit early.
Yeah, any of that or a pick or a little less weight than what they thought. I'm not sure exactly what that was all about.
That's right. So nose hit, 3 points.
Good board. Solid board. Good board right here. They should be able to hold it nice.
I don't know, he picked fairly solidly off that one in the top 12 foot and still got to the corner of the button. I think his weight was close.
Yeah, could have been.
Solid board around the nose. Okay, sounds good. You should be able to hold it pretty good here. Yeah. Based off that peel.
Yeah, I like that ice.
Good to me.
Well, Colton Flash perhaps wasn't expecting a shot for 3 here, but that's what he's left with. Nose hit. Already ahead by 3 points, a chance to double it.
Solid board.
Yep.
Gotta go.
Whoa.
Little hot.
Whoa.
Good board,
Whoa.
good
It's
board.
on. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Clean.
Clean.
Clean. Clean. Yep.
The call of clean comes out. That's always a good sign, and
Thanks, guys.
it's going to be 3 points for Colton Flash and handshakes. Colton Flash with the 7-1 victory here.
Great shots, Flash. Let's go.
That leaves just the one game left to be decided, the one next door, the Page C event game. Kim Hudson is going to make her way down to ice level and see if we can get a word with Colton Flash.
Oh, she's running down now.
I believe there was an expectation that the players were to go a minimum of 8 ends here, and
So we'll keep an eye on the game next door. That one maybe about to come to an end here as well. Steve Laycock up 7-2. Kim has made her way down. She's got Colton with her now.
I do. You caught me off guard, you guys. What a great dominant game, you guys.
Yeah, it's just another dominant game by us. Like the guys keep playing well, so they're making my job very easy so far. So
skipping looks like lots of fun right now.
It is. I don't have to throw very hard shots, so it's been pretty easy.
Awesome. What are you going to do in the morning now?
Just the same routine that we've done every single morning. We're going to get up, we're going to have breakfast, and we're going to go about our day.
Sounds good. How big is hammer and color and choice of rocks for tomorrow?
We know our rocks already, and we get hammer, so whoever we play tomorrow, we have already an advantage to start. So.
And I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask anyway. Does it matter who you play?
It doesn't, but it doesn't matter.
Good answer. All right, enjoy the night tonight, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
So a little bit of an early end to that game, and might be looking at one right next door. Steve Laycock foursome up 7-2 already. They do have shot rock on the corner of the button. And looking to play a run back to kill the only 2 bit stones that are in play. Steve Laycock with his final stone, throwing the 3rd stones. Matt Dunstone, of course, throws the final 2. Makes the hit, runs it back, does catch the other red stone, and as a bonus, his shooter rolls over and covers that shot stone.
Move it here. Tapping or? Yeah, got to move it a rock back 4 foot.
So for everything that went well for Scott in the 2 o'clock draw has not gone for them this evening's draw. Draw weight just seemed to evaporate for the team. They just couldn't get their rocks quite where they wanted them at all, and heavy on everything when they needed to be light, and light when they needed to be in the rings, and it's just been a struggle for them all evening. And then between Matt Dunstone and Steve Laycock, they've given them no mercy.
Sorry, Jimmy. Nice.
Looking for a little tap back here. He's got the weight, but didn't get the line they were looking for.
We'll make this one, Duke. Should do her.
Warren goes, well, just add to the list.
What can you do?
Let me know what you got for room. If you want to play quiet, we can.
Sad?
You know, that last game ended so suddenly, I never even had time to think of some really good questions. But one thing that Colton said when I was leaving is, because I said he was never going to answer that question for me about who they want to play or does he care, he just casually mentioned that they actually haven't played Laycock all year, not once. They haven't met yet.
Oh, really? That's it. That is interesting.
Yeah, and they haven't played them here either.
Well, I'm sure Brock Virtue's going to have something to say about
Absolutely.
that possibility.
Absolutely. They have to get there first.
Well, Virtue's team has played very well for the last 2 days, and I expect they're going to have a good game tomorrow morning at 9. It's not that they played that badly. It was just that phenomenal 5th end that that draw that Colton couldn't walk it down any better, and then to get the skinny slashed corner guard raise to get the 3 points.
Yeah.
As I said, that sort of, and that team had made all really good shots in that end anyway, but the Virtue team is playing very well. They had a decent enough game tonight. It's just that Flash's team, as they said, once they got their legs under them in that first couple ends, got that draw weight going, they were invincible.
I'm just saying they changed the temperature, and now it's not curling anymore. So Schmitty thinks we can make that in across the face. I'm fine with it. The freeze, an in-turn draw. But just get across the face of it. Oh. Hey, Mike, yeah. Sure.
So looking at playing the intern freeze across.
Oh, it's an interesting assessment from Scott, thinking that the ice conditions may have changed a little bit. I don't know, we didn't certainly see any lack of curl on sheet 2.
No.
Yeah, that's good. Middle of 12. So now what do you want for speed? Okay.
So Scott Bitts does have last rock here. If he can make a good freeze on the first one, might have a chance for 2.
Looks tight. Yep. Go hard. Go hard.
Brushes were on this
Hard.
all the way.
Hard.
Has to get by that guard. And just going to rub on that.
A little bit light as much as anything.
Yeah.
Not enough legs, eh? Sorry.
I don't think so.
Had the line
Good, what's he have here?
really well read. Just
How much
needed
are
a
they
good
showing?
solid 6 feet more.
Duke. Guard this too. I don't know if he has a deuce over here. I think so. I think he's guard this half, we're good.
Are we in if we nose this?
Yeah, it's most likely the way he can score.
Well, if we nosy. This is really hard to score.
Yeah, but this is really tough for one.
Okay, whatever you like, just go with it.
Play across. So what do you think it is, like that?
What are we throwing? The guard? Can they make this? Am I wrong? Like, I don't even think this shot is...
Is there anything wrong with just hitting the front 12-foot one and sitting there?
I did hear somebody mention that.
I'm not seeing things.
Yeah, well,
right
the only thing wrong with it
If
is
we
hitting
nose
it on
this
the
is
outside.
Yeah,
That's
making
true.
a shot for them, but
If you like to, play what you want,
But with the precision that this team can, it's like they're working towards something else. Like it's, or they're.
I think if you're going to play
That's
the
the
hit,
only
you're
way
going to
they
play
can
it
score too is if we put that here for them.
exactly.
yeah, I agree.
So if you're not going to risk doing that, you've got to hit it on the center line side. When you roll away, you're going to give them an easy one.
so throw
They
the guard.
don't have an easy one if you don't throw.
That's true.
I'm not sure, to be honest, that they even have a chance for a deuce. I don't know that it doesn't look like he could see enough of that Yellowstone to make the double and stay.
Really good. 2, 3, looking at a 3. Yeah, it's a little heavy.
Okay, we might have to do this.
Yeah, just touch
heavy.
it would be fantastic. We're tight guard. Tight to top 12. Tight to top 12.
So
Look
looking
at
to
that.
play a
Okay,
little
now-
tap
now,
on the
yep,
one that
yep.
they've got there to get the guard that way. It wasn't curling.
Okay, we're good now.
That should do the same thing and actually
Probably does, and even takes away or makes that red one
Oh, we
maybe
should've
a
guarded that
tad
one.
tougher. I think it's still
Whatever
there.
you want to peel.
Sure.
shot on the
Yeah.
Reds there. It took away any chance there might have been to come through the port. Not sure there was much of a shot there anyway.
I'd say maybe you can peel. Peel 2/3.
Blast.
What do you want me to throw? Peel. Well, what do we have to hit? How much do we have to hit? 2/3. Looks like a pile of ice. Okay. That even looks.
Scott Bitts with his final stone.
Clean.
Looking at an angle run back to try and pick up his single here in the 8th end.
Oh, curl hair. Ticket.
Boy, if there'd have been a hole he'd have gone through. He does get one of the stones, but that'll be a steal of one. And handshakes, Steve Laycock will move on to tomorrow morning's semifinal. The semifinal tomorrow morning will be at 9:30.
To all you guys. Appreciate what you do.
Steve Laycock against Brock Virtue. That game will be live here on CurlSask.ca and Max TV. The final comes later on tomorrow afternoon at 2:30, and we'll have that one for you as well. We want to thank everyone for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
So long.
Oh, that's
No total yet.